Hits 1055. That was Mariah Carey with All I Want for Christmas. Good morning. Welcome to the morning show. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Friday morning. Speaking of fantastic, I have Kino on the phone with me with Kino Knows Entertainment. Good morning, Kino. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. It's Friday. Happy Friday, everyone.
I
It's
know.
my favorite day.
Mine too. And this week, I felt like this week went by fast.
I agree, and I don't usually say that.
Me either.
Yeah, no, and I think today is going fast.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, wait, it's 7:45 already?
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I want to know your thoughts. I just played All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey, which is number one this week on Billboard. How do you really feel about that song? Because I know people have strong opinions.
I had thoughts when you introduced it, or you closed up. So by Mariah Carey, also known as the self-proclaimed Queen of Christmas.
Yes. Trying to take it from Darlene Love.
Yeah, right. It's a great song.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard it a lot.
Me too.
And that's, but when I think, it's nice. And it's so funny. My husband said this to me the other day. Like, I said, what do you want for Christmas? All I want for Christmas is you. And I'm like, oh, here we go. You're real creative. Stealing Mariah's song. It's a great song. I can't deny that. I think she's taken it a little far to think that it warrants her, or, the Queen of Christmas warrants that title. Like, no. No. No.
Yeah. I do. I love it. I love that song. And it's funny because it came out in 94. However, it just continues to be number one. Like, I've looked back on each year of the Billboard, and it's number one every Christmas season.
Classic. My God, I didn't realize it was 30 years old. Wow.
Yeah, it's 94 or 96. I think it's 94. I have to and now I question myself. Usually I know those things off the top of my head.
I mean, either way, it's almost 30 years.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, wow. It's a great song. And really, it's probably Mariah's biggest hit. Given all of them. I'm talking Vision of Love and everything.
Oh, Vision of Love. Oh, sorry. I was distracted.
That was my intro.
Me too.
So, yeah.
Me too.
Wow. Yeah, so you said strong opinions, so some people must not agree with us.
No. I think they're tired of it.
That I can understand, because that was my first reaction. Like, I've been hearing it for a long time. So, yeah, it's a classic. You never get tired of Jingle Bells. You know what I mean? It's one of those.
That's right.
So, yeah. Anyway, I'll move on.
I was like, I guess I better let you do your job. You got entertainment news.
Yeah. And the first couple stories are sad, so I'm going to speed through those so that we can get to the happier stuff. So, actor Andre Braugher from Brooklyn Nine-Nine is what I know him from. Yeah, he was 61 and passed away, and now we have a cause of death, because initially they were just saying he passed away from a recent illness. Well, it was actually lung cancer.
Yes, I read that this morning.
Yeah, he had been recently diagnosed with lung cancer. And not to get personal and make it all about Kino, but that's what my dad passed away from, too. So
I'm so sorry.
So when I hear that one, I'm like, wow, no. Yeah. So thoughts with his family, thoughts of prayers, rest in peace, Andre Braugher. Jamie Spears, as in Britney Spears' father. He had his leg amputated this week.
Oh, wow.
It turns out that he had a bacterial infection from a knee surgery back in the early 2000s. And so now it caused him to have to get his leg amputated. So that's sad and unfortunate. And I don't know if Britney's reaching out. I don't know if this sad news is going to make her reach out. That relationship had been strained there for a while. So, but let's be honest, we wouldn't be talking about Jamie Spears if it weren't for his daughter, Britney. So,
exactly.
You only made the news, Jamie, because of your daughter. So you guys need to work that out. But yeah, no, that's just sad, right? All right, move on to the happier stuff that I've been wanting to get to. Kennedy Center honors. I told you last week we would talk about it this week. So they're going to air on CBS December 27th at 9 p.m. So definitely mark your calendars and check out this show. The honorees are Billy Crystal.
Oh,
I just love Billy Crystal.
I do.
Right? Dionne Warwick. And she made a resurgence recently, like on the internet and everything. You know, she's everybody's auntie. Mm-hmm. Queen Latifah. And I love Queen Latifah.
I do too. Yeah, that's great.
I talked to a coworker recently, and she didn't realize Queen Latifah used to be a rapper.
What?
She thought she was always an actress. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. That's how she started. That's how a lot of these people start, which will lead me into my final comment. But just real quick, Barry Gibb and Renee Fleming are also being honored, Kennedy Center honors. Mm-hmm. But thinking about people who start as rappers, and, you know, now people know them as actors. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about Will Smith for a moment. Did you catch the 50 years of hip-hop Grammy salute?
I did not. I talked about it because I knew it got taped and then they played it for a later date, and I did not catch it.
Yeah, it was. I think it was on Sunday, but well, you know, I know all about it because my guy LL Cool J was one of the MCs. So you know, I was there and tuned in. But the finale was Will Smith reprising himself as the Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, who happened to be the first hip hop act to win a Grammy.
Really?
And back then, they weren't even allowed to perform at the Grammys. They had to receive their Grammy off air. You know, sometimes they just announce, earlier we had winners in these categories. Yeah, it was a new category, and they weren't on TV because hip-hop wasn't what it is now. So, so he came back and performed, and it was really somewhat nostalgic to see him reprise himself as the Fresh Prince. Mm-hmm. But that's how it all started, even with the TV show, even with the acting. Like, he got the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show because of his hip-hop act and his best friend Jazz. That was DJ Jazzy Jeff. So
I loved that show. I did.
I did too. So it was just nice to see, you know, them come back, and there were a lot of hip hop artists. And I'm going to wrap it up on that note. As usual, these stories and more are available on the website, hits1055.com. You're now in the know with Kino Jones.
Well, thank you so much, Kino. And now I think of Mark Wahlberg, because he started out at Marky Mark.
Yes.
And then Ice-T, that's on SVU. And, I mean, you could just keep on going.
Yeah.
Now I keep thinking.
You know, I have to check it out when I watch the credits. Does he use his real name or does he use Ice-T?
You know what? I don't know. I think it's just Ice-T. I've watched that show so many times because my daughters and I used to binge watch and then try to guess who did it. And we love him. We love Ice-T. But you know what? I'm going to have to check it out because it's one of those things we just can't wait to get to the show, so we're not watching the credits.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's how I am. That's why I don't know. So I know LL Cool J used LL Cool J.
Right.
NCIS LA, because I know everything about LL Cool J.
Well, have you seen the new commercial that he's in where the guy always, you know, when you act like your parents, you got to watch that new commercial that LL's in. It's so funny because people, the guy, I forget what the guy's name is, that tries to train people not to act like their parents, and LL Cool J's in this, and it's so funny. You got to check it out, Kino. I loved it. I laughed so hard.
Oh my gosh, I think you're telling me something that I don't know that he's in.
Yeah, I was going to send it to you. I'll send it to you when we get off the air. All right, okay. All right, Kino, well, I hope you have a good rest of your day and a good weekend, and we'll check in with you next week.
Thanks, you too.
All right, thank you. Well, since Kino talked about Will Smith, I'm going to play some Will Smith, Wild Wild West. It's 105.5.